No, but we were talking before the show, and it's interesting. Here's Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Biggest skateboarder, most recognizable, famous skateboarder in the world.
Yeah.
And then here you come along. You know what I mean? Exactly. No, it doesn't. I'm not saying it like that, Kelly.
Oh, come on. What are you saying?
Let me finish my thing before you laugh. Let me finish my statement.
And then everyone's like, "Who is?"
No, but I mean, like you could have you went a totally different way. You know what I mean? Like you could have ridden his coattails. You could have done the whole birdhouse thing. I mean, you were on birdhouse for a little bit, but you could have just kept going. You could have you could have had this but you didn't. You know, and I think that's rad. But it's like, you wanted to carve a path for yourself, which is awesome. Was there, when you were growing up, because you started skating when you were BMX or dirt bike, you wanted to do dirt bikes.
I loved riding motocross. I think it's funny because you try to think back of like your first memory, just like something like those memories that almost you're not sure if it's like a weird lucid dream thing or if it was real.
Every day I have
but the first memory that I can like remember is my dad holding me like between his legs going down this little hill that was like out front of a house that I think we lived at. I really don't remember it. Like it's like a dream. I've never really asked him about it, but yeah, it's like one of those weird dream states that I don't know if it was real or not, but that it must be, because I don't know why I would remember it so well forever, but so I guess that's like my first memory is literally the 2 feet like between his just cruising down a little mellow hill. So it's pretty wild, but it was weird for sure growing up. I mean, because even I'm his first son, so I kind of things changed a lot in his life while I was alive too, versus some of my younger brothers who they were just born into Tony Hawk's Pro Skater fucking series, So
right.
Was there a certain time that you realized like, well, my dad's kind of like a big thing?
I mean, you had to.
It was like, it's like in elementary school, you're just young. You're just like a kid. You don't know. You're like,
they call your name.
You don't know anything, but no, going into like middle school was more like, it's not that I hated it. I don't like attention like that. Like
of course.
I've never said to anyone like, my dad's Tony Hawk. Like, I don't think I've ever said that before, unless someone like asked, which is funny because sometimes
cop kicking you out.
You know what's funny? I'll tell some stories about those situations because that's funny. But there are people that'll come up and be like, "Are you Riley Hawk?" Be like, "Or are you Tony Hawk's son?" That's more
Tony
like,
son,
"Are you Tony Hawk's son?" Yeah. No, you're not.
Well, okay. Why did you just
ask me? Like, they want me to like prove to them. I'm like, I don't care if you think I am or not. I really don't care. But yeah, just in school, like always the first day, I'd be like, oh, John Smith, da da da. Well, because my first name is Hudson, so a lot of people don't know that. But,
oh, really?
Yeah, so they'd be like,
middle name Riley, or just Riley's a name?
Yeah, Riley's my middle name. And
Hudson Riley.
There's a funny story about that too. But so she goes, they'll be like, whatever. I think they would enroll me as Riley because I've always been called Riley, but the teacher would be like, Riley Hawk, and then it's like, everybody in the class kind of,
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, motherfucker. And it wasn't like it was a bummer, and like I never felt like weirded out by it. I just didn't want that that attention, like I just didn't care. It was just like, man,
listen, bro, it's a good thing you weren't named Mike.
Yeah. Oh, believe me.
You ever thought about that?
If I had $1 for every time someone recommended I made my child Mike, I would have a lot of money.
You should name. How about his middle name, Mike?
Yeah.
Anthony Mike Hawk.
Sneak it in there like a 4-part name thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just it was bizarre for sure.
I bet.
Just weird. It was cool that in elementary school. I mean, I guess some of the kids there they probably talk about it all the time, but they brought my dad's ramp and did like a demo assembly thing.
At your school?
At my school, yeah.
Oh my God, here's my dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
And embarrass us. Oh yeah, there's the 540. But no, it was funny because it was just cool. Like I didn't know anything else really.
Yeah. You were born with it. You were straight in. That
and I'm sure when he was on here, he's telling you stories like, be trying a trick and slam, and then he's like, oh, I gotta go pick up Riley at school.
Exactly. Right.
He actually got in trouble too because he would take me with him traveling a lot.
Okay.
And like a truancy, officer, like there was like a situation where like you can't take your son has to go to school, and I was like, but I want to go with him. Like I want to.
Maybe I wonder if it's like a certain amount of time.
Like we've been on trips. Me and Roger have been on trips like audio stuff back in the day, like Europe and stuff. And and
did we ever go on it?
You were like 10 that time.
Yeah, and they're like, I'm sure no one on the trip's thinking about it, but I'm sure the kids at school or the teachers are like, where is Riley?
Yeah.
What's going on right now?
Did we ever go on a trip together? Were you maybe at some demos or something, bro? What is?
Maybe when I was first getting on the Kai, maybe I would be around, but
no, but audio. I used to skate for audio.
Oh yeah,
Hamilton's, white Hamilton's. That's a great shoe.
I remember the Rays. That was like we were talking about the other day. That was like one shoe, vivid shoe that I remember. Just that like thick audio logo.
Yep. Oh yeah,
but yeah. So the reason I was born Hudson Riley Hawk, and then like. I don't know if my parents didn't know. I guess I've never really asked them, but there's a Bruce Willis movie called Hudson Hawk.
Yeah.
Everyone thought, they're like, oh, you named him after that. And it's one of those movies like people either hate it or they love it. Or they're just like, it's terrible, or it's like, I guess maybe it's like a cult classic type movie, but
I've never heard of it.
No, me neither.
It's like a weird, I've never seen it. I'm at this point, I'm like, I'm just not going to watch it. I've made it this far. Like, I don't care that much, but,
so you never asked if you were named after the movie? You never?
No, they were like, no, you're not. That's why we called you Riley. Because we were over everyone being like, oh, Hudson Hawk, like the Bruce Willis movie. Even to this day, when I show people my ID, they're like, no way, you're named after the movie. And I was like, I guess. It's funny because randomly Bruce Willis's daughter, Tallulah, she had gotten a tattoo by just Tony Hawk on her butt. I don't know why she did it.
Spelled out, Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk, like
on her ass.
And she's like kind of like a
Holchi?
Like a public like she's like famous and like I don't know like what even that word means anymore, but she like, you know, she has a following and stuff, and someone showed it to me. They're like, well, like, have you seen this? This is funny. And I was like, well, that is funny. And then we were like joking. I was like, oh, I should get like a Bruce Willis tattoo. So I did, like as a joke.
On your ass?
No. Not on my ass, but yeah. So it's like on my wrist, and it was just fun. I was like, because I have like a lot of tattoos.
I know.
I didn't really, you know.
Did you?
It was small, but.
Did you? Do you know her?
So I met her because of that. Like I was like whatever, and then it was just like a funny thing, and then it had like a weird moment. I was like, whoa, I'm actually named Riley because of your dad. It was just like a weird thing, but then and then she like got a boyfriend, and I saw that she was like, oh, I'm at the laser removal thing, and she's like getting it taken off.
No.
Like, oh fuck!
Now you have now I'm fucking Bruce Willis on my
But at the same time, I like.
It's a good story still.
Yeah, it's a great story.
Yeah, it's more like, why do you have Bruce Willis' name? Like, funny story.
Imagine you guys could have dated and the whole thing.
But yeah, it was funny. So, yeah, that was the legacy of the Hudson Hawk to Riley transition when I was a kid.